Hi guys, I know it's been a while since I did a video, but as you know, times have been a little bit intense for everybody this year. It is June 2nd of 2015 already, half of the year is gone, and I just felt like I needed to make a quick video today about the current energies. Because I just feel like I need to just trust myself and kind of go with what's going on in terms of the universal energies that we're all feeling, whether we're conscious of it or not, instead of doing a weekly reading. And that just helps me with my schedule as well. So right now we have a full moon tonight, and of course full moons bring up a lot of past stuff. Also, we're still in the middle of Mercury Retrograde, and that goes direct around the 11th of June. But there's still a shadow period for a few days after that, so we're really dealing with a lot of intensity right now. We're also being affected by Neptune. I'm not going to go too much into that, but that's a very psychological planet, and it rules, a lot of the mind and a lot of unconscious, subconscious fears, and we're already dealing with stuff from the past coming up with this full moon, with this retrograde. So it is a very intense time right now. However, there is hope, people, and it seems like a lot of people are starting to tune into this same message. So I just want to reiterate what this message is for this full moon and for June in general of 2015. We have a choice, folks, of fear or faith. And I really hate when people are like, oh, it's love or fear, because I don't really think they are polar opposites at all. I think that obviously we're meant to have fear, and in some ways fear is life-saving for us. However, there's a difference, and I've spoken about this before probably. There's a difference between life or death fear that comes up in terms of your gut instinct and fear that comes up from your ego. And I think we're dealing with a lot of ego-based fears lately because we're all moving forward. And the past 6 months of this year, the first 6 months of this year, have been really intense. Many of us have been starting to move forward, starting to plant new seeds. We've been weeding out our garden. And, an analogy that I have kind of been sharing over the past month is that it's time to really take out the old stumps too. Because it's one thing to chop down a tree, but if you're going to have that old stagnant stump energy in your garden, you don't really have the fullness and the expansion of this clean, new, fresh dirt that you need, that we all need, to have a brand new beginning. And it's not easy to go and really take out the old stump and cut those old roots and to fully be done with it. But I really think that it's necessary. And I think that even personally, traveling back and forth to my hometown, slowly selling stuff, knowing that I need to make a full move, knowing that I need to really cut my ties and say my thank yous, even if it's from afar, with a lot of soulmate relationships here. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to fully say goodbye to a lot of people and to a lot of things. But as I said, I think it's necessary if we fully want to move forward to confront our fears, to feel the fears, to acknowledge that they exist for a reason, and to realize that if you have a lot of fear coming up, which I'm sure we all do right now, and we have for the past little while, that's just an indicator that you are on the right track. You're on the right path. You're moving towards what you want, your light, your service to the world, your purpose, your passion, all of these positive things. When you are in alignment with your soul path and your soul journey, and you're getting closer and closer to shining at your brightest potential, that is when the biggest ego-based fears will come up for you. Because your ego feels like it's dying and it feels afraid, and it's going to try to do anything in its power to stop you. Common things that I have noticed that will come up in terms of ego fears when I'm moving forward and before a big miraculous event happens, or a big, stride in progress, are these two things. It's usually fear of not having enough money or resources or abundance in any way. Your ego will make you feel that you don't have enough, that you're not provided for. And number two is, your physical health. And it will get you so caught up in your physical body, forgetting that you're connected on so many different levels and dimensions, and you are not just a single being human. You know, we are connected to so many things, and we forget how powerful we are. And our ego will get us tripped up in those two things, I have found. Those are the first two things it resorts to. And when I have confirmation, and I remember that I have all the resources that I need, that I'm so protected and provided for, as we all are, and I remember that I'm healthy, and my true core essence is perfect health, then the ego will go, okay, I'm going to play a little game with you, and I'm going to wear some masks, and I'm going to start to get you to worry, if not about yourself, then about someone you care about. And it'll run through my family, and oh my God, I should worry about that person and this person. And it's like, no, you got to take a step back and remember that everyone is always exactly where they need to be, experiencing what they chose to experience here. Whether you take it as positive or negative, or they see it as positive or negative, it doesn't matter, because we have our soul plans, and though we have free will, and things may change, and nothing is completely set in stone, we have these guidelines and markers that we've set up for ourselves a long time ago, and I've talked about this a million times before too. You know, we have a soul path. We have a plan. We have a purpose. We all have a purpose, and we're reawakening to what that is. And once you start remembering what that is, it can be hard to trust on some level. I mean, I know what it's like to feel absolutely for sure knowing. I know what it's like to be in that knowing space, that this is my path, this is my purpose, this is right. I trust myself and my hunches. I know where I need to go. I know where I need to move. I know where I need to travel. But the fear sets in, for me anyway, and maybe for some of you, in the details, in the logical details. Well, when are you going to move? And where are you going to live? And are you going to have enough money for rent? And are you going to have enough money for food? And are you going to be provided for? And those are the ego fears, the logical details that we don't know. And that is what this full moon is about, is where you're going to go with this. We all have an opportunity, many opportunities, abundant opportunities coming up for us this month alone, and it's going to keep going in a positive direction for the rest of the year. We have some great planetary aspects coming up, especially this month after this full moon. Even during this full moon, there's so much abundance and light, that's going to be flowing in, but we have the choice to choose the faith, the blind faith, just trusting and knowing that we know what we're doing. We know ourselves what we need to do here, where we need to go, and where we need to be. And even if we don't logically know every little stinging detail, we know where we're supposed to go. We know the direction that we're headed. And we know that we deserve that. We deserve a new beginning. And that the time has come. So you can go with that, or you can go with the fear and get lost in it. And it's not even that you have to choose one, because I feel like we've kind of been dabbling in a little bit of both, because that's natural. I think it's natural to feel the fear, and I'm not suggesting that, well, no, you just need to ignore the fear and go straight into the faith. The fear is coming up for a reason, and it's to show you, what you don't want, and it's to show you how silly it is sometimes. So do pay attention to what's coming up in the fear side. But at the end of the day, you need to set your intentions and write down what you want, and focus on what you want, and visualize what you want, and feel what you want as if you already have it. And that's where we need to go with this. So everything serves a purpose. Both sides of the spectrum, it's all here for us, for our learning, for our teaching, for our understanding. So, we're all going to be okay. I'm telling you, this is great, great, great energy coming in, and I know right now it feels so intense. And it feels like, I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know what to do. Trust me, I know about it, because I've known for a long time that I need to move. I've slowly been making the transition, and I know that this is the month that's going to change it all. And I know that this is the month that I fully need to be out of my apartment. I know that this is the month that I fully need to move to another city. I know that this is the month that all these things and connections need to fall into place. And I don't even know all the details, to be honest with you. I don't know exactly what day I'm flying out of here. I don't know the date that, all this stuff is going to happen. But there's beauty in that, though, because if you knew every single detail about your life plan and everything that was going to fall into place, you probably wouldn't enjoy it very much. And it would be really boring to go through this life following this roadmap that gets you to like every little place that you want to go. Because there are these blessings that we don't even see, that we don't even know are coming. And we need to remember the beauty in that. Because it's a beautiful thing to know where you're going, to know what you want, and to be so certain in yourself and to be certain in your life purpose. But to not know all the details, because that just means that there are room for miracles to show up for you, for connections to come into play that are unexpected. The universe wants to give you these gifts. So stay open to receiving. Stay open, have faith. If you need to feel the fear, feel the fear. And just remember that, we are all starting new beginnings. We may have a few last, stumps to get rid of in our garden, but it's worth it. It's all worth the hard work. We are so close to moving into this second half of the year, and it's going to be great. And trust me, I know how hard it is to get those old roots out of the garden. I really do. But, it's time to make space for new things to flourish and for the things that we've already planted to grow and for them to flourish as well. Because if you're going to keep all this old dirt and these old roots in your garden, then even the great things that you've planted don't have much room to grow. And we don't want to stunt their growth. We don't want to stunt our own growth. We want to get out of our own way and fully say goodbye to the old parts of ourselves that have been holding us back. And I think that's where a lot of fear comes up as well, is fear of letting go of these old beliefs that we've held on to for so long. But it is safe. Reaffirm to yourself that it is safe for me to move forward. It is safe for me to let go of my past. I don't need to feel guilty about leaving anyone or anything behind from my past that no longer serves me. When I serve myself, I serve the planet. I serve the greatest good. And I need to show up for myself first before I can show up for anyone else. So remember that. I hope you all have a fabulous full moon, and the rest of your June will be fantastic. Keep the faith, call on your angels, do whatever you need to do to let go of the final rubbish that's laying around, and trust that you have made room and you are continuing to make room for what's to come. And there are beautiful, beautiful things that are about to blossom in your life.